I've been making some organza and satin and Beijing silk flowers. These are similar to lollipop flowers. Basically you cut out a lot of circles and you melt the edge with regular lighter, and that seals it, similar to what you can do with ribbon for dance shoes. And you layer them and stitch them in place, or you could glue, and you end up with some beautiful little hair clips or flowers for your pages. And these are going in my little stash for little giveaways for my swaps. Now if you like this, I'm going to have a little giveaway, so leave a comment and subscribe. And I'm using my Cuttlebug today and the Sussex Circles number 2 die, and that's got 4 circles on it, and I'm using that to cut these organza and other fabric flowers out. You just need 2 beadboards to get it to go through, and also a piece of cardstock. I've just got a scrap of card to act as a shim to help press it through so that it cuts out. Now I'll just grab the fabric. Okay, I'm going to make some hot pink. My daughter loves hot pink, and this is a scrap that I've got left over from the sewing project, so I'm going to use that. So this is a great way to get you stash your little scraps down next time. Now just make sure that your fabric isn't cotton, that it's actually got some acrylic, so it will melt on the edges. Otherwise you'll get that burnt look. But if you want that burnt look, well, that's great. Some people layer different fabrics together, and I might even do that, and today we'll have a look. I've got the die facing up for the Cuttlebug. I've got a B plate, the die, then the fabric folded in half. You could put more layers of fabric and see how you go, but this is a funny shaped remnant, so I'm just doing it in half. Okay, so you can see that's the circle cutters. Okay, then we're going to put the top plate and the shim. So I've now got the top plate and the cardboard shim, which gives it a little bit more tooth for the Cuttlebug to grab on. 2 makes it easier to roll through, plus it gives it a harder press, so you get a better cut out. Otherwise you've got little sections that don't quite cut out, and you may still get a little bit of that, but it won't be as bad. And let's roll it through. And just give it a little push to roll your handle. It's much quicker when you've got 2 hands. It's more to film. Okay. And see, you get your circles. Now what I do is enough for at least 2. And I like to put 2 of each circle in each flower, so I will do that again, and then I'll show you how I melt it and put it together and make the centre. Okay, here we are with the cut out circles. Now don't worry if they're slightly not perfect, that's fine, because petals aren't. Get your lighter, be very careful, and you're just touching the edge. Now if you can come from underneath, you can get quite a nice curl to your flowers petal. Every fabric will be different. I haven't tried this one. You have to see how much flower you can get. This organza is the perfect one, and I might demo the organza. You won't get as much curl on some fabrics. Okay. Different fabric will also curl a certain way. Just play around with it. It's The lighter gets really hot, so you have to give it a rest every now and then. Better to have 2 lighters. You can actually shape it in. If it's cut a little bit crooked with the lighter, it'll just shrink it in more in one spot. Okay. I'll show you this fabric. This is very cheap lining silk, and it just curls beautifully. See, there's a lot of melting. It's much more. You can see the flower. This is one that I'm working on at the moment, and it's made from that purple, really thin, cheapy looking lining silk, and it's actually looks gorgeous. Yeah, the cheaper fabric has got a lot more curl. This fabric here has curled a lot better each petal compared to this fabric, which is still very soft. So, but we'll keep soldering on. Every flower will look different, and you just cut some more little circles if you need a little bit more in the middle. A little bit more shrinking. Sometimes I find if you come up from underneath, and when you're layering up the petals, just put them a little bit off center. So, like, don't lay them flat one on the other. Just a little bit off center, so that your petals are sort of moving about. You make sure that you catch all of them though in the center, but you will just get a much nicer, more natural look if you off-center the petals. Okay, just to gather all that together. So that's basically the look you're going to get. And I like to either put some pearl flowers or another little tiny flower in the centre. And there's your little flower. I can sew them on the back, or you put hot glue. And that's it. It's done. You could use combs or larger hair clips. Anyway, thanks for watching. The organza do ruffle up a lot more, and the cheap little acetated silk lining fabric actually ruffles up really beautifully, and that one's beautiful. Okay, I've just finished the second one, and I've put extra petals, and I think it looks a lot nicer. So you just play around with your fabric, and 3 lots of each petal does make a nicer, fuller, rosy flower. And these are going to be great on scrapbooking pages, as well as hair things, whatever you want to use them for, and even necklaces or on shirts. So when I might make myself a shirt and show you all sometime.